Hey percussionists, this is a follow-up video to the one I did on the snare drum etude. In this one we're going to talk about the Region 24 Mallet Etude. And once again I'll go ahead and add a performance at the end of this video for you to use as an example. So in this etude we have a moderate tempo of quarter note equals 75 to 88. As with the snare drum etude, make sure you plan out your rolls and your stickings according to your final tempo. We are in the key of A flat with 4 flats. If you're not familiar with this key or you're not completely comfortable with it, make sure you practice the scale first and the arpeggios before you jump into all the notes. Your roll base and rhythm in this piece will depend on a couple factors. But whatever you choose, make sure the rolls sound smooth and sustained. As always, you can ask your teachers for help when making a plan for the rolls. A good place to start might be 30-second notes. However, make sure you ask yourself the question first, whether you would like the rolls to be tied or untied to the following note. This question and the final roll speed will determine many of your stickings. So be sure to figure this out before you get too far in the etude. I've chosen to play my rolls as untied and to release each roll an eighth note before the following note. This means the quarter note rolls in measure 1 are reduced to an eighth note tied to a release, and the dotted quarter note rolls that happen in measure 8 and measure 6 and a couple other places are reduced to a quarter note tied to an eighth note. If you choose to go this route, make sure the release of the roll is smooth and not accented. Once you have a plan for the rolls, many of the sticking choices will already have been made for you. There are several sticking options, however, in the 16th note passages. As a common rule, make sure that your sticking choices make the piece easier to play rather than harder. Work with your teachers to find the best sticking for you. In my performance, you'll notice I've added a lot of my own dynamics. Many of these choices are influenced by the phrase structure of the piece. In my interpretation, I think there's 2 larger phrases of 12 bars, beginning up through 12 is the first one, and 13 to the end is the second one. And these 2 larger phrases are built from smaller phrases of 4 bars each. Work with your teachers to come up with a musically convincing concept for this etude. In this piece, just like the snare drum etude, don't worry about practicing from the beginning to the end so much. Focus more of your time on the most challenging passages, whether that's the 16th note runs or the roll sections. Practice slowly and build accuracy and consistency before you bump the tempo any faster. Best of luck on your auditions this year and enjoy this performance.